What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast, episode 2. It's your host, Zhanyr Johnson, and I am super excited to be back with you all. I am super excited to be here. The scene is a little more intimate, it's a little more chill. The more I get into these conversations and these topics, the more these are like everyday things. You know, these are chill. I'm just kidding. But I am excited. We are about to be in the month of September, and great things are going to happen the last half or the last quarter of this year. Let's say that. So I'm excited, and hopefully a lot of great things come to pass for all of you that are either listening. Hopefully that job you wanted, you get. Hopefully that car you wanted, you get, or that apartment or home you desire, you get. That person, that partner you desire, you get. Anything, honestly. And so I wish you all the best moving forward. You know, it's crazy to get a lot of these things that we desire, or to even just to have the last half of our year turn out great or in the way that we desire for it to be. I think a lot of people choose to just work hard and keep their head down and just really stay focused. But I hope people also take the time to pause and breathe and think about what is it that they want, but also where they are and where they've come from, and giving themselves, the pat on the back or the round of applause that they desire, or that they should get regardless. Sometimes people don't like to give you your flowers when you're alive, or other people don't clap for you, but clap for yourself. You've made it this far. You have literally overcome or overcame all of your trials and tribulations to this day, because you're here. And I think that's great. I think we are all amazing. We are all resilient. And I think we should also not slip on or sleep on praying, for the things that we desire, for the things that we want. Prayer doesn't have to be hard. Prayer doesn't have to be uncomfortable. Prayer is really just a conversation with someone who knows you better than your spouse, somebody who's closer to you than your family, somebody who really does not know what the word judgment mean. And I mean, don't know as in will never judge you. And it's whoever you believe in, whoever you pray to, whatever you believe in, whatever you pray to. I think it's great that we have that space on this earth. You know what I mean? We have something or someone that can always and will always be there for us, that has never let us down. I think that, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, do we have faith in what we ask for, or in ourselves to work for it, or for ourselves to receive it? You know what I mean? Do you believe that you deserve what you want, or what you're asking for? Do you have the faith in what you ask for? So do you even think that this is something that is possible for you in your life, or this is something that you deserve? And I'm here to tell you, whatever it is you deserve, whatever it is yours to have. Knowing that you'll work for it yourself is something that you have to look at. That's when you have to reflect in the mirror and be like, yo, sis, yo, bro, we got to get our ish together. You feel me? Those are one of those moments where you have to really reflect on who you have been, who you currently are, and who you want to be. And it's okay. Surround yourself with people who keep it real with you. I'm not gonna cap. My family are people who Jesus, they are so truthful. Sometimes it hurts. They are so truthful. Sometimes you be like, how can we be related? They are so truthful to the point where it forces you to become better, or to live up to what you say, or to to hold yourself to a higher standard, because they hold you to a higher standard because they see something in you that you may not see in yourself. Now, some people take that offensively. Some people take that as like, look, you think you're better than me, or you want me to be where you are, or this is not, when really it's like, maybe some people just have the eye or the discernment to see what you have within you, to see what you are capable of, and you can't see it because of all that you've been through, you know? Do you have the faith to receive what you want? Like, do you believe that, okay, I'm going to work hard and this is going to come to me? You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be the life that I have, the life that I live. I'm going to have this much money. I'm going to have that marriage. I'm going to have these friendships, or that job, or this and that. Like, do you have the faith in that? I mean, because we all know faith without works is dead. Like, that's, even if you don't go to church, you know that. Like, that's plastered all over social media. Somebody somewhere always follows some type of motivational account. They follow a podcast. They follow something or someone, or see something, or it may even be shared, you know. And some people actually run from like their faith, or they run from motivation. Like, it's like too positive. Y'all, I literally have been in business with people who said, I can't do this. This is too positive for me. Oh, sis. What? What do you mean? What do you mean this is too positive for me? So you are a pessimist. You love dark. You like to be the victim. You like to be this person that lives this, I'm going to say, goth-like life, that like the world is against you. Everybody's against you. I'm a loner. I'm the black sheep. When you don't have to be, like, you can still be the black sheep and still be dope. You can still be the black sheep and still be an underdog. Like, sis, take the black nail polish off and figure out who you are. Like, it ain't got to be all that. You know what I mean? Like, that blew me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That, I was like, whoa, like, this is too positive for you to take part in. So you want to go sit in a dark room. How much you want to bet? I've never seen her house, but I feel like sis got like one of those really, really dark rooms. Her bedroom is probably painted black. She probably has like, what's those blinds? The dark room, or the ones that block out curtains. There you go. Block out curtains, like floor covering clothes. Like, she's living in that. Like, that's what her personality gives. You know, it's giving very much Wednesday. But I don't know, that blew me. But there are people out there like that. There are people who, you know, are uncomfortable with positivity, and uncomfortable with faith, and uncomfortable with people wanting more. Like, they'd be like, oh, you're greedy, this is not. No, you just don't dream big enough. You know, like, if I'm greedy, what does that make you? Because you're not asking for anything. You're not working towards anything. If that makes me greedy, and you're saying, you know, people should be happy with where they are, this and that. Yeah, you should be, absolutely. But if you desire more, that doesn't make you greedy. That's just saying like you dream bigger. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't lost your touch of imagination. You haven't lost your touch of hope and faith. That's all that's saying. We all deserve good things and healthy things, and not just the hardships of life. Like, that ain't what we here on this earth for. Like, girl, I am not here to wake up every day at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., go to work, come back, eat, sleep, rinse, repeat 52 weeks of the year to vacation for 2. I'm not finna do that. No, what we gonna do is we gonna work hard, and we gonna get all the good things that belong to us. Why? Because I deserve it. Like, point blank period. That's all that is. Like, I don't have to like go through hell and back just to get good things. And half the time, people will literally walk past their blessings or miss their blessings because their blinders are on. You know what I mean? Like, you're so blinded by your trials and tribulations that you can't even tell when your prayers are even answered. Oh, I just shook myself with that one line. You are so blinded by your trials and tribulations, you cannot even tell when your prayers are answered. Sis, let them use you. Don't let them abuse you. Oh, y'all, I got bars today. You hear me? Okay. Seriously, you can't, how do I say this? It's like, do you work so much or so hard that you can't even realize when you've grown, or like when you've progressed in your life? Like, some people work towards success, right? But success looks different for everybody. So to each his own. Whatever your spectrum of success is what it is for you. So do you even know when you've reached that moment, or when you've reached that next level of success? Because there's always another level. But are you feeling like there's too much going on in your life? Have you ever felt like, I am drowning in, whatever it is you're going through, whether it be multiple things coming at you, debt, it could be relationships, it could be jobs, it could be your actual physical health, your mental health, it could be, anything. So you could feel like you are literally drowning in life, and because life is honestly not getting easier. Like, life is beautiful, but it's not getting easier. It's getting more expensive, and pay rates aren't increasing as quicker. Pay rates are not increasing as fast as like the supply and demand. It's not raising as fast as productions. It's not raising as fast as gas prices, or as fast as eggs prices and milk and food and gas and and electricity and all these things. Like, it's not going as fast as everything we have to pay for. Rent. Oh, Jesus, rent. Let's talk about it just for a split second. Why is rent so high? Like, who said, especially for New Yorkers, I'm so sorry, like people up north, who said we want to pay $3,000? Well, for where I've seen literally a studio apartment for $3,000 in New York, baby, that's not worth it. I don't care if I could see the whole city. I'm not doing that. I need multiple bedrooms. It needs to be $1,000 per bedroom. Like, we're not doing that. Florida is still tripping. I live in Florida, and it's about reasonable, but it's still really high. Because what happened to when a 2-bedroom was $1,400, or when a 1-bedroom was $600-700? Baby, let's take it back. Bring it back. I don't know who's having these conversations, but they clearly are not the ones paying the rent. Anyways, I need them to get it together. Do you feel like, do you dwell in these things that you are blinded by? Like, you're blinded by your trials and your tribulations, that you cannot see your triumphs. Well, I also know, like, some people are uncomfortable with praying. Like, some people are uncomfortable with just speaking and talking about the things that they desire, or speaking to a higher power. I think it's just an uncomfortable act. I think once you get past the uncomfortableness of the act, you will continuously do it. So I say this because your comfort zone, that is your broke zone, right? And if you ask, you shall receive. So if I become more comfortable with asking for what I want more often, more frequently, more of the things I desire will start to appear in my life, especially if I'm working towards it. Because why? Faith without work is dead. You know what I mean? So you can't also just speak for these things and ask God for these things and then just sit on your behind. Y'all almost just cussed, but I had to say behind. And sit on your behind, your ASS, and expect your prayers to come just fall in your lap. I want you to know that when God recreated this earth, He did not do it by sitting on His behind. When we have to make sacrifices in our life, When we have to achieve things, we have to get up and take action. I don't care how little the action is. You got to do a little something. Even if it's so overwhelming, break it down. Like, get a sheet of paper, write down what you want, whatever steps you need. Okay, today I'm going to just do this part. I'm going to make the list. Even if you just make the list, that's a goal. That's a step. That is a step closer right there, because now you have a layout of what you need. Bam. The next day or the next 2 days, whenever you get next, right? Okay, cool. Now I'm going to start searching on the internet what I need, or where I can find these things, or find out my budget, or whatever it is. It's possible. Like, it is so possible. When you pray, it's like, do you pray for routine, or do you pray to actually like hear from God, or like have a conversation with him? You know what I mean? Like, some people, I think because they were born in the church and raised in the church and all these things, they pray just to pray, like, because it's so routine to them. It's, you know, like, just like some people, their prayer for when they about to eat their food and when they're about to go to sleep. I feel like so many people have the same prayer, but it's like, I feel like that's just routine. That's not you intentionally actually feeling grateful or thanking God for that meal or that ability to go to sleep and wake up the next morning. You know what I mean? Yes, it's the act of saying it, but it's also the intention behind the heart and the actions. Living in this time today, in this world, has really taught me a lot about people, a lot about what I believe in, what I should believe in, where I should get my core values from, where I should, like, who I should allow in my life, in my circle, the type of people I should surround myself with, and how to really protect my sanity, how to protect my peace, how to protect my heart, and how to not allow people and their wrongdoings and their doing me wrong affect the heart that I have, you know. And when your heart is tainted, when your heart is jaded and bruised and abused, it makes it hard to pray, because praying should not be hard. It shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't be something that's, I only do it because I was raised this way type thing. It should be, you know, I really want to grow. I really want to be the woman of God, the man of God, the whoever of what I was called to be. You know, you have not because you ask not. And once you understand that simple concept of you really don't have what you want in your life because you don't open your mouth to speak it, you don't ask for it, you haven't prayed for it. A lot of the time, most of our prayers are like, once we have reconstructed into who we need to be in order to receive them, that's when they're answered. Like, a lot of the times our prayers are answered once we become who we have been, who we need to be in order to maintain it, to sustain it, to be able to withhold all that it endures. And so, let's say I pray that I become famous or I become wealthy. Okay, do I have the mind to sustain the wealth, to spread the wealth, to allow the wealth to not just give me all the tangible things that I desire, but to bless others? Do I have that heart posture? Do I have that mindset to manage, you know, that type of wealth? Do I have the type of heart to manage a marriage, to manage caring for another being, to be able to compromise, to be able to sacrifice? Am I still living in this life to survive on my own or to build a life with another person? Have I been able to open my heart to love, to open my heart to other people's upbringings, other people's families, other people's values, and being able to merge those things? You know, am I ready to take on another career? Am I ready to be that doctor or be that business owner or that teacher or that firefighter, whoever it is you want to be. Like, have we done the work, the hard work? Not the hard, HARD, not just the hard work, but the heart work, HEART. Y'all, I had to, it took me a minute to kind of spell that out, but I got it. The heart work, like, that's what's more important even than the hard work, because I can't be a narcissist and expect to be able to have a beautiful, fulfilling marriage. I can't be a thief and expect to have wealth. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work. And it's not necessarily that you're on that far end of the spectrum of, oh, I'm this terrible person. But also at the same time, I can't be a person who despises the wealthy or the people who are rich and then expect to become wealthy, because you have to understand the type of personality, the type of grind you have to have in order to get to where they are. You don't have to do it exactly like them, but you have to be along the same type of grind, if that makes sense. I can't expect to be a doctor if I'm running from school. You know what I mean? I can't expect to be a business owner if I don't want to put in the work behind closed doors. Like, you're going to still have to work your 9 to 5. And once you get off, that's the time you dedicate to your business. That's just the way it works. That's the only way you're going to be able to sustain your to sustain your business and to be able to pay your bills. You see what I'm saying? You can't just, I want to have a business and then quit your job. You still need something to fund your bills and your food on your table as you are building this business. Please don't ever let somebody tell you that you have to quit your job in order to start your own business. You do not have to do that. You can still also go to school and have a full-time job. It is very possible. Don't let anybody tell you have to pick either or. You make it work for you. You sacrifice what you need to sacrifice. At the same time, pray. Please pray. Like, y'all now I want to Google. All right, let's just Google the meaning. Y'all know me and Google. The meaning of prayer. Praying means. Give me a second, y'all. To address a solemn request or expression of thanks to a word I cannot pronounce or other objects of worship. Wish or hope strongly for a particular outcome or situation. I mean, if it's raining, we're praying for sunshine, right? And when it comes up, do we ever say thank you? You know what I mean? Being prepared for what you're praying for is probably the biggest part of prayer. You can pray all day long, but you will not be blessed, and your prayer will not be answered if you do not do the inside work in order to receive it. If you do not do the mental work to receive it, the person you are today, the person you are when you start speaking that prayer, cannot be the same version of you that receives that prayer. It just does not work like that. Like, I'm not saying you have to change your entire being and your entire personality, but that aspect of your life, you have to, in order for things to change, you must change. Things must change. You can't, the definition of insanity is to literally do the exact same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome. It doesn't work like that. When you have the ability to understand that, dang, like, I'm so close to what I want. If I just tweak how I do this, if I just start to insert this in my daily routine, if I just start to maybe expose myself to more information about this, maybe even if it's 10 minutes a day, even if it's 30 minutes a day, even if it's every other day or once a week, I'm doing this or I'm trying that. Like, you're not going to get there unless you just put that foot forward. There are so many people out here with so many great dreams, so many big and beautiful ideas that it goes to their grave with them because, we all know why. They choose not to take that step forward, or they stay complacent and comfortable in what other people have set for them, or their partner's dream, or what the family said they should do. And you know what I mean? Like, I simply just pray, and all your answers, like everything you need, will come to you, and be patient with it. Let's be patient. Okay. There's a time frame in which things have to transform, things have to take place, because once you plant the seed, the flower just doesn't come out the ground. You know what I mean? Like you literally have to allow the seed to be nourished and bloom and all these things. But the prayer will be answered as long as the seed is planted, you know. A lot of the time I always wonder, like, how do we know our prayer is answered? And I mean, simply put, one day you just look up and be like, wow, we made it. You just look up and you're like, how did I get here? Like, I think for me, it happens where I have this vision board in my bedroom, but also on my screensaver on my phone. And I'll check in on it every now and then. I'd be like, wow, I can check this off. Or, man, I've been able to at least get half of this vision board done so far. Or at least 3 things knocked off this vision board that I don't have to put back on next year. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful to be able to just look up one day in the midst of the grind, in the midst of the pit, in the midst of the hustle, and be like, yo, I am doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, I am literally putting in the work to get what I'm asking for every single day. Some days it's hard. Some days it's hard to see the vision. Some days it's hard to believe that you can do it. Some days you're just like, bruh, who set this world up? Like, who said we got to do all this just to get what we want? Whatever happened to back in the day, just a white picket fence, go to school, get a job. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you still got to struggle just to get the white picket fence. It's difficult. It's hard to recognize sometimes, but if you use not your man or your human like eyes, but your spiritual eyes, if you live, it's easier to live in your future than to live in your present, when your present is where you don't want to be. And for me, that is the quickest way that I get to what it is that I want, because I already live it. I already live in it. The moment I dream it, the moment I think it, the moment I write it down, and definitely the moment I speak it, I am now living in that as if I'm already there, you know? And once I'm there, it's kind of like everything else is obsolete. The struggle I had is no longer existing. I am now working to be a greater version of myself, right? I'm now working to be that. It's kind of like that version replaces who I currently am. And once I'm in that space mentally, I am now looking towards the next version of myself. Therefore, it keeps me adamant. It keeps me going. And by that time, I become who I want to be. I am where I want to be. And I'm like, man, when did I even get here, dude? I'm working towards this next thing. Yeah. What? Big lotto. Like, it's crazy how things can happen at any moment, at any time. Like, we don't know how fast our prayers could be answered. But how do we really know our answers are prayed? Our prayers are answered, Sometimes we have to be still. Allow yourself to be still in order to receive the prayer, because sometimes we're too busy. We're too all over the place. Sometimes we are just on the go. You know what I mean? Like, so much on the go that you are missing it. Like, you're missing the beauty in the process. You're missing the gift giving. You know what I mean? You're missing that chance to be thankful. And so you got to be still. You got to be, it's like, once you set a goal, sit in that, dwell in that. Don't let anybody taint that. Don't let anybody come in the midst of that. Don't let anybody pull you from that. Don't let anybody distract you from that. And you live in that, and it's like, you'll be able to see it, feel it, sometimes even hear it or smell it, depending on whatever it is. Feel it, touch it. All your senses will be stimulated. And for me, it mainly happens, and I can feel it. Like, I feel the energy change, the shift in my equilibrium, the shift in my mind. I feel like another portal in my brain is opened. You know what I mean? Like, I've now accessed the center part of my brain. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's kind of like a rebirthing. That's what it feels like for me, at least, you know? And so, Growth is a part of the answered prayer, and just recognizing when your prayers are answered is the beauty, and also in the process, is the beauty in like, whoa, manifestation is simply the same thing, right? Prayer is manifestation. People be like, oh, I manifest all the time. That's a prayer. You're asking whoever or whatever you believe in for something you desire. You know what I mean? That's a prayer. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, I manifest. You pray. That's fine if you want to call it a manifestation. But at the same time, you're doing exactly what you need. You're asking. You have not because you ask not. But if you ask, you shall receive. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be able to open your mouth, speak the things you desire, and watch it come to you as you work. And that's going to be a beautiful moment. And I hope that I get to witness it for other people. I hope that I get to see other people live in those moments. And y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I wish y'all the very best in the rest of 2023. I wish y'all the best in the rest of August. Going into September, set you some goals. Set you, don't matter how small it is. Don't let nobody tell you your goal is either too big or too small. It's whatever it is for you. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you need it to be for where you are in life. My goal and your goal and my dream and your dream does not have to be the same, but baby, we working hard. You feel me? We works over here and we gets results. So let that be that. Let that be something you do differently this month. Let that be something you do differently every month, and watch how you get more things done. Watch how you get closer to where you want to be without even realizing how close you've always been. Right? So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I can't wait to see y'all on the next episode. Be breezy.